Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. So, your Christmas shopping done yet? No, me neither. It's all right. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for tuning in. Let's start off this beautiful day with some music. Come darkness, come light. Sing it out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. We are so happy that you've joined us this morning, whether you're joining us here live in the sanctuary or via our live love stream. We are happy that you're here and know that wherever you're joining us from, that you will find something here that will enrich your life and enrich your day. This center is a spiritual community where all are welcome. I'd like to take a moment and welcome anyone that is here for the very first time. If you're willing to raise your hand so that we can acknowledge you, we'd love to do that. Hello, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for making time in your day to be here with us together. This center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based upon spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor all pathways by which people seek to express, know, and connect with the divine, and we work on our individual consciousness so that we can help make the world a better place. Our practitioner holding high watch today is Hildreth Ferris. Throughout the service, Hildreth will be in prayer, knowing the best and highest good is unfolding for us as we share this sacred time together. And our prayer practitioner this morning is Jim Ferris. Wherever you're joining us from, I invite you to recommit yourself to our spiritual purpose by saying our purpose statement with me. We are a thriving community where individually and together we embody and express our spiritual magnificence for the highest good of all. Thank you. For the latest information on what's happening at our center, you can visit our website, which can be found on the internet at www.clsc.org. spirituallyfree.org. Thank you. Today, our guest speaker is the Reverend Nicole Merges. Yes, longtime friend and member of our church from long ago. And our guest musician is Mary Otterstrom. We're very happy to have you back.
Thank you.
Next week, the last Sunday of the year, I will be your speaker, and I will be speaking on the topic, A Light of a New Dawn. Well, thank you. And our special music next Sunday will be our own dear Rick Charette and his daughter Amanda Kay, which I'm looking forward to very much. Okay, by way of announcements, next Friday night, December 24th at 7 p.m., please join us for our Metaphysical Christmas Eve Candlelight service. This evening will be filled with readings, musical solos, discussion of the deeper spiritual meaning beneath the characters and events found in the scriptures, and congregational singing of favorite Christmas hymns. The evening will end with a sacred candle lighting ritual. So please bring your friends, bring your families, and share this sacred evening with us. Youth Church is going to begin again soon. And Hildreth Ferris, who is our new youth church leader, is looking for volunteers who would like to help be teachers and assistants. So if you'd like to spend one Sunday a month with our youngest Science of Mind students, ages 5 to 12, please contact Hildreth. Finally, mark your New Year's Eve calendar to join us for our annual New Year's Eve burning bowl ceremony. This is a sweet, peace-filled ceremony that encourages us to let go of the past and look forward to our future. And that will take place right here in the sanctuary on Friday, December 31st at 6 p.m. All right. Our center is founded and grounded in prayer. This helps us deal with whatever comes our way and create a positive experience regardless of our situation. Our professional prayer practitioners are trained in the art and science of affirmative prayer and are ready to pray for you and with you. If you're online at home, you can click on the link in our website. If you're here, you can fill out a prayer request in the lobby, or connect with one of the practitioners who are here today, and know that the practitioners will all be uplifting you in prayer throughout the week. Now, I invite you to settle in. Allow Jim's reading and the centering music to take you to that sacred space within, and then Jim will lead us in prayer.
I'll begin with a quote from Ernest Holmes. "The spiritual sun was the guiding star that led the Magi of old to the place where the little child Jesus lay. That is, to the place of good in our soul, to the presence of God at the center of every person's being." And that leads into a poem that was adapted from The Gift of Presence by Kalila Volkov. When we sit in silence, we resemble glorious Christmas trees. At our crowns shine brilliant stars, their lights illuminating our inner vision. We are radiant. Nature bestows precious gifts laid out all around us, while angels alight gently on our shoulders. As Spirit's grace moves through us, we are filled with beauty, wisdom, and peace, adorned with the ornaments of comfort and joy. When our hearts awaken to the newborn babe within, we behold the divine's beloved Christ's presence we all are.
I lean not on is in the hands of the maker of heaven. I lean not on my own understanding. My life is in the hands of the maker of heaven. I give it all to you, God, trusting that you'll make something beautiful out of me. I give it all to you, God, knowing that you'll make something beautiful out of me. So I will climb this mountain with my hands wide open. I will climb this mountain with my hands wide open. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on to. There's nothing I hold on. 'Cause I lean not on my own understanding. My life is in the hands of the maker of heaven.
Breathing into that sacred space within my heart, my soul, the source of my being. I feel that presence in each sound of music, each snowflake falling, the beautiful white mountaintops, and the gorgeous blue sky. It reminds me of that place within where it is all pure light, beauty, comfort, and joy. As we sit here together in that sacred space, we know who we really are. That Christ presence, felt, not seen, through every cell of our body, perhaps seen in that tiny star of white light. In this space of holiness, I feel that oneness with the Christ child, the perfect example of purity and love come into the world in human form. From this example, I remember how to walk in my life and see in each person the beauty of that light in their eyes as they walk their individuation of spirit on this earth. Together we celebrate in community, exalt in the beauty of the music, praising with the angelic host the beauty of the Christmas gift to the world. So grateful for all of this and so much more, seen and unseen, personal relationships in humanity, as a community, as a world, celebrating life, honoring the presence of love. As together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Jim. So as we embrace our individual journey of becoming, we allow the divine to shine through us. And we let down our guard, we let down our bravado, we abandon our fears, and we let love have us and move us through the world. Let's sing, Let Love Have Me. 1, 2, 1, 2.
From this moment I renew my life in joy and love and peace. All my thoughts are born again. This light inside will never cease. I choose love and let love have me. I choose peace and let peace have me now. I release the ties that bind me to the place where I have been. I abandon fear and pain to live in love. I rise again. I choose love and let love have me. I choose peace and let peace have me From this moment I renew my life in joy and love and peace. All my thoughts are born again. This light inside will never cease. I choose love and let love have me. I choose peace and let peace have me
Yeah. Thank you. It's always my pleasure to introduce our special music. It's always great to have Mary Otterstrom and Jimmy Ingham sing some great music our way. Let's see what they have to share with us today. A warm welcome, Mary Otterstrom and Jimmy Ingham.
Oh, it is such a pleasure to be here. It is always such a pleasure, and it's always such a great. It's always great for me to get to play with Jimmy Ingold. He's such a fantastic guitarist. So, as I was thinking about what to play today, I was remembering when I was a little kid, and one of my favorite things to do during the holiday season was to turn off all the lights in the living room, plug in the Christmas tree lights, and then I'd get my violin and I'd play all the Christmas songs I knew, just when no one else was around. And it was just like this wonderful time with these beautiful soft lights, thinking about this sweet little precious baby. And everything felt right with the world. And as we play this tune, I hope we take you to that place.
hoping there was more. Thank you so much. That's just beautiful. It's my honor to introduce our special guest speaker to you today. Reverend Nicole Merges uses a light-hearted yet deeply spiritual approach to live the principles and practices that Science of Mind teaches. I remember she was here just a few weeks ago, and that the message that she shared with us resonated with me throughout the week. She believes that everyone has a unique gift to give the world, and that by exploring and living a spiritual life, we create a fulfilling and purposeful life for ourselves. A longtime friend of this center, Reverend Nicole is an ordained Centers for Spiritual Living minister and is currently the Spiritual Development Education Manager for CSL Home Office, where her responsibilities include certification and practitioner education, spiritual living circles, and managing the CSL online educational program. Will you all please join me in giving a warm, heartfelt welcome back to Reverend Nicole Merges.
Well, it's so wonderful to be with you here today. For those who are joining us in person and for those online, it always brings me such great joy to be back in my spiritual home where I grew up here. Way back 20 years ago, I came broken and feeling defeated, and this place gave me life and purpose. And so I'm so honored to share with you the message for today. But before I begin, did anyone catch the full moon this morning? Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful with the newly fallen snow. It really took me deep into knowing and remembering the beauty that we live in. It was so amazing. And now we're in the midst of our holiday season, and I feel like I was thrust into a winter wonderland when I arrived here on Thursday. The snowstorm was happening and falling, and the roads were covered. And as Peter, my husband, and I were running errands, you could feel the hustle and bustle of the holiday. No one was deterred by the unplowed roads or the big snow banks in the middle of the parking lots of shopping centers. People were on their way to get food and preparations and gifts for the holiday celebration that we're in the midst of right here. And so what I know is that this can be a real time of joy and festivities and excitement. And as we drove around the neighborhood, seeing all the holiday decorations and hearing Christmas music in the stores and the holiday lights, I'm reminded of the joy of the season and the wonderment that children have when they open their gifts on Christmas morning. It's really a lovely, lovely feeling. And yet I'm also present to that this can also be a very complicated time of the year for some. For some of us, we don't feel that joy because we've just experienced the loss of loved ones and we're deep in our grief. Or maybe we've lost our job or ended a relationship, and we're just not feeling like the holidays this year. You know, this time of the year can be complicated by family dynamics and even the darkness of the days. This is the time of the year where these few days are the darkest of the days that we experience in the year. And so it can really call us to go inward and to reflect upon our life. And so no matter where you are on the spectrum in this holiday season, whether you're experiencing joy and celebration or deep despair, I wish you peace. And I wish you a centeredness and a knowing that what is happening outside of us isn't a reflection of what is true inside of us. And so this is also the time of the year where we wind down 2021 and we look forward to a new year. This is the time of the year where we begin to reflect and review and evaluate all life had brought to us this year. And we get to choose anew, and we create resolutions or vision boards or new intentions to bring with us into the new year. There's a lot happening right now. There's a lot happening. And so all this month, we've been exploring the journey of becoming. And what I mean by the journey of becoming, what it means to me from a spiritual perspective, is we start to become aware of our true nature, that we are not our circumstances, that we are more than just our physical body, that we are actually born of the one Spirit that I call God, that I call divine, that you may call the universe or spirit or some other name. That we are one with each other and one with all that the divine is. So in our journey of becoming, we recognize that we are an expression of love, that we are born of infinite and divine wisdom that lives within us, that peace and joy are our birthright. And so as we travel through our lives and journey through our lives, we can become more aware and live more in alignment with our true nature. And so this week, specifically, we're talking about the gift of the new journey. And when we embark on something new, when we let go of things that no longer serve us, we can begin to see the world with new eyes, with a new perspective, with maybe a new energy of life that bubbles up within us. And so we can give ourselves the gift of this newness and new journey so that we can continue the upward spiral of our own life. And so today I'm going to talk about how we can create sustainable change and give ourselves the gift of a new journey, of a new outlook, of a new experience of life. Because there's always something new. We live in an infinite and abundant universe, and so we're never done with our journey of life. And so one way we can do this, we can create a new journey in our life, is we can begin to accept what is in our life. We can begin to look at what is in our life without assigning judgment, without categorizing it as good or bad or indifferent. There once was a farmer who used a horse to help him till his fields and farm his crops. And one day while he was out with his horse, the horse ran away. Well, the farmer lived in a small village, and the villagers got wind that the horse ran away and came up to the farmer and said, "Wow, that's such bad luck that your horse ran away." And the farmer said to the villagers, "Bad luck, good luck, who knows?" And so one day, a few weeks later, the farmer was out in his field and he looked up and he saw the horse return to the field. And the horse was not alone. He brought 9 other horses with him. And so the farmer had 10 horses to now till in his field and help work the land. And when the villagers saw this, they came to the farmer and they said, "Oh, farmer, what good luck you have." And the farmer said, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" And a few weeks later, the farmer's son came to the farm to help his father work the land. And as he was taming one of the horses, he fell and broke his leg. Well, of course, those nosy villagers got word of this and came and expressed their condolences and said, what misfortune you have experienced. And of course, the farmer said, bad luck, good luck, who knows? Well, the son was laid out and unable to help his father and was tending to his broken leg when the army came through to recruit young, able-bodied young men to go fight the current war. Well, when they came to the farmer's house, the son was laid up, and they passed right by and they didn't recruit him to go to the war. And of course, the villagers were so excited for the good fortune that the farmer and the son experienced, and they came to express that to the farmer and said, what good fortune and good luck you have. And the farmer said, good luck, bad luck, who knows? You see, when we assign judgment to our experience, when we start labeling life as good or bad, we kind of categorize life, and we let our outer experience dictate how we feel inside. Because when we check the good boxes, man, we feel great and overjoyed and excited. But if we get a check in the bad column, man, we can feel defeated, deflated, So let's look at life and accept what is without judgment, without judging our experience. We teach that there is only one power here, and that one power moves in and through and as all creation. And so if we truly believe and embody that principle that there is only one, then there can be nothing against us. That everything in life is for us. Because if there was something against us, that would allude that maybe there was two powers. But there's only one. And so everything that happens for us is an opportunity for us to grow, is an opportunity for us to experience something that is for us. And so I invite you now to look at your own life and your own experiences and ask yourself, are you assigning judgment to any of your experiences? Are you viewing your experiences as good, as bad? And I invite you now to just loosen that judgment and look at life as it is. Maybe you have a health challenge and you think that's bad, but what if you just loose that judgment and say, this is what is happening in my life? We free ourselves up from having to react to our experience, we free ourselves up from giving power to our outer experience, and we give ourselves the ability to respond differently, to look at life differently. So another way we can give ourselves a gift of a new journey is not only to accept what is, but when we truly accept what is, we can now approach our experiences with a beginner's mind. We can approach our experiences without bringing forth our past into this moment. We can lay our expectations and our doubts and our fears, our worries aside as we begin to evaluate our life from a new perspective, from a new way of looking at things. So I've been telling myself a story for the past year and a half, and that story is that I'm busy. I have a lot of work to do. I'm overwhelmed with the amount of work. I can't even take care of myself because I'm full of work. I can't go on vacation, I can't do this, I can't do that, because I'm just plain busy. And so this is the story I've been telling myself, and I'm an expert at telling myself this story. And one day, just last week, I was speaking with a colleague of mine, and I started into my story, and I started to get really upset. And my colleague said, well, what if you looked at this from a new perspective? What if you just kind of put your busyness aside? How would you show up differently in your life? And what she said to me really stuck with me, because I realized that as I was telling my story, I was actually creating what I was seeing out in my life. And so I put my story aside, and I began to look at my work and my situation. And wouldn't you know that new solutions came into my mind, that I was able to get help and support, that I was able to feel a sense of relief, and I could breathe again. Because I didn't bring forward my expectations, my story, my fear into the present moment. I kind of let go of what would happen and trusted that what I get done and accomplish is good, right, and perfect. So when we look at things with a beginner's mind, we can expand and change our experience, transform our relationships. I mean, think about it. Is there someone in your life that maybe gives you grief or makes you anxious or shows up and you think, I just know how this is going to go? Well, what if we approach that person with a new beginner's mind? We suspend any expectation we have with the other person. Maybe then we begin to become curious about why that other person acts this way. And perhaps our compassion for that person then grows, and that we can actually break a pattern because we could act differently or say something differently. You see, there is a power in the beginner's mind to transform and shift our life. Ernest Holmes says, let me get the quote so I can read it right. Ernest Holmes says that principle is not bound by precedent, that there is no law in the universe that seeks to perpetuate old limitations, but there is a law which responds to our greatest vision at the exact level of our vision. So hear that. The past does not make a precedent. We can free ourselves from the past. In fact, every single moment we experience is a new moment. We have never experienced a moment like this before, ever in our life. So let us free ourselves from any limiting belief or any perspective that keeps us bound. Because there is no law that seeks to perpetuate old limitations. Those old limitations lie within us. And so here's the third way that we can give ourselves the gift of experiencing a new journey, a sustainable change. And that is that we can change our perspective. We can change the way we look at things. I think it was Wayne Dyer who said, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. And so Science of Mind offers a formula that we can live by. That our thought, our greatest vision, plus our belief equals our experience. And so we can have the greatest vision in our thought, but have the most narrow perspective of ourselves, and that produces our experience that we see in life. So when we recognize and realize this formula, we recognize that there is a power within us, that it is not our outer circumstances that dictate how we live or how we be in the world, But that power, we have the power to change our perspective, to change the way we look at things so that the things we look at change. And we don't have to, if we're feeling down and despaired, we don't have to take the leap all the way to joy and happiness. No, we can shift our perspective a little bit at a time and create sustainable change. You know, maybe you get up and you think life is a drag, life is terrible, nothing ever good happens. But what if we wake up and say, yeah, life is terrible, nothing ever good happens, but today I'm going to find one thing I could be grateful for. Today I'm going to find one thing that disproves the way I feel. And if we really grasp on that perspective and we go through the day, I am sure that you can find it. And so we can change our life and make sustainable change little by little. And so when we give ourselves the gift of a new journey, of a new way of being, we can recognize our own journey of becoming. We can recognize that the spiritual power has always lied within us, that we are powerful beyond measure, that we don't have to, we can stay calm in the middle of chaos, that our outer experiences do not need to dictate how we feel inside. And we can do that by accepting what is, by suspending our judgment, and by being able to move from the place of reacting to situations to consciously responding. We can also look at life with new and fresh eyes, see things in our life in a way that we haven't been able to see before. And that can transform our relationships, the way we show up in the world. And then we can change our perspective and belief and recognize that we have had this power all along. And so I end this talk with the words of Ernest Holmes from an article published in the 1957 Science of Mind magazine entitled, "A New Year and a New You." The old year passes into the new and heralds in the possibility of triumph, the triumph of the Spirit in us. But it cannot be done by the dictate of some external authority. It can only occur in our own consciousness, when faith shall triumph over fear, when love triumphs over hate, and compassion triumphs over kindness. Then at last we shall sing, "Unto God be the glory." So as we wind down this year and embark on a new year, give yourself the gift of a new journey, of a new outlook on life, because when you give yourself that gift, not only are you blessed, but you become the gift that you give to others, and you become a blessing in the world. Thank you. So let us pray. And let us recognize that right here and right now, that there is only one. That there is only one infinite power, presence, and intelligence that I know as divine. It is the one that incarnates itself in and through and as all creation. It is the divine, perfect life that breathes me, that breathes each and every one of us. And so I know that as we are all expressions of this one, that what is at our center is love and peace and joy. And as we continue to journey through our life in the journey of and joy of our own becoming, that our spiritual nature and truth become aware in our experience and in who we are. And so I know that as we give ourselves the gift of a new life, of a new beginning, that we become centered in our own spiritual magnificence and the truth of who we are, and our life transforms. And so I'm so grateful to know this. I'm so grateful to know that our life continues to transform and unfold for our good. And so I know that as I let go of this prayer, that these words are spoken onto the universal law that always says yes. And so I let it be, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So this is the time in the service where we get to give back, where we get to participate in the law of circulation, that as we give, so we shall receive. This is the time where we support this beautiful community in continuing to offer these messages of inspiration and truth. So I invite you to take your gift in your hand to your heart and repeat after me. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Filled with gratitude, I let it be, and so it is.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I
Let's hear some more from Mary Otterstrom and Jimmy Ingham.
Well, I really enjoyed that message, and the idea of finding even just one thing to maybe look at a little bit differently. And I have to say that one thing that always helps me to look at the brighter side of life is something that'll get my toes tapping a little bit. So maybe we can start that right now a little bit. Thank you.
Gotta love that. That was awesome. Thank you, Mary Jimmy. Thank you, Nicole. Wonderful message. So, get out there in the hustle bustle of it all if you want, or start up a fire in the fireplace and just chill out. I hope you enjoy your week. Remember our Christmas Eve service coming up, 7 o'clock this Friday. A metaphysical take on that old Christmas story, and lots of singing, not just from up here, lots of singing by congregants, people who come, lots of familiar Christmas songs. It'll be magnificent, and a beautiful candle lighting along with that. Hope to see you there. Let's stand together and sing our closing song. I release, I let go.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, 'cause I'm only here for